in Miami, Lone Depot Park. We've got open-air baseball for you on the show. It's the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Miami Marlins. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. So just about set now. And on the hill in this one, Johnny Cueto. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix. So for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working. But if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Okay, all set to go. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Down the middle for a strike. And that's how this game gets started. Here comes the 0-1. Foul ball. Next offering misses. Now 1-2.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Next one misses. 3-2 now.
Come on now. Here we go.
In the air, right field. Sanchez gets under it. And it's caught for the out.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
The shortstop, Trey
2022 turned out to be a banner year for Trey Turner. Won the Silver Slugger. He was the National League starter at shortstop in the All-Star game. And as well, 21 homers, 100 runs batted in, and 27 stolen bases. Trey Turner in the box now. No balls and a strike. Swings and misses. Slider right there.
And couldn't have picked a better time to turn in that type of performance headed into free agency after that season.
To the right side. And he handles it himself for the out.
batting third, the first baseman, number 3, Bryce Harper.
And now here is Harper. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Back up the, oh, that got him to first, and he beats it. Catcher coming out to check on him. It looked like it got him on his back leg. So you wonder if that might be a problem for him in terms of pushing off the rubber.
Yeah, it's a great point, and we'll have to see how he looks. But to me, it appears he's moving pretty well. I think it's just going to sting for a while, but hopefully nothing more.
And now it's Alec Bohm. And first offering is fouled off. The 0-1. There's a swing and a miss.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good. And then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
That one the other way. Tracks it down for the out. And that is the third out of the inning. One hit, one left. Now the Marlins will see what they can do. No score. Welcome back. And on the hill in this one, Taijuan Walker.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Cueto back to work. Bryson Stock now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Strike two.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance. Boog, our man Daryl Parker, DP, at home plate for this one. Pretty average size strike zone, but the book on him is that it sort of moves around. You can't always count on how he's going to call it from game to game.
Got it by him for the K.
Well, he made pretty quick work of him right there. You look at the sequence, everything down at the knees and below. And some guys are good low ball hitters, but right there, they clearly had a plan to pound that part of the zone, and he wasn't able to put up much of a fight.
Hey, we got one here.
JT Realmuto steps in for a strike, and it's 0-1. And a pitch. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. No score here in the second.
Here we go, guys. Let's go.
One down, base is empty. This one lifted in the air, left field. Makes a nice grab at a full sprint. And there's two away.
Batting 7, the right fielder, number 8.
Nick Castellanos at the plate now.
Castellanos.
Hey, we got two down.
First pitch, and he just misses. There's a strike.
1-1.
The next offering misses, and it's 2-1.
Hey, come on now. Here we go.
A little bit low.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss. 3-2 now. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Phillies go down quietly in the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. On to the third inning. And now it's going to be Brandon Marsh. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. There's a strike.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
The 1-1. Arise. Over to first. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Batting 9, the center fielder, Johan Rojas.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Johan Rojas. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
Back up the middle and a base hit.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
He swings and fouls one off.
One out now.
And the pitch. On the ground, could be two. Touches the bag for one, and that's two. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. We head now to the home half of inning number 3. We're tied 0-0. Start of the 4th, and the batter will be the shortstop, Trey Turner.
Trey Turner.
The wind of the pitch. That clips the corner. Trey Turner's turned into one of the best all-around players in the game. You think speed with Trey Turner, but a guy who impacts the game with his slug as well. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
Yeah, he's kind of a thin, wiry guy, but packs some punch with the bat. But I got to say, the speed does jump out, and it's on both sides of the ball where he can change the game.
And the righty deals. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And a 1-2. That's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
The first baseman, number 3, Bryce Harper.
Go ahead run on base. Here's Bryce Harper. Reached on an infield single his first time.
If you're trying to keep the line moving, this is the guy you want at the plate. Such a good hitter. Can also flash some power.
And first offering is fouled off. They say you win.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Next pitch downstairs, and that's ball 1.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, try to stay out of a double play here.
Turner on at first, nobody out. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch, top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Alec Bohm. He's 0 for 1.
Let's get 2.
First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Hey, let's roll 2 right here.
Let's
On the ground to second, might be two. There's one. Drops it, but they're saying it was on the transfer.
The batter, number 5, second baseman, Bryson.
This is Bryson Stott. His first at bat was a strikeout. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. They take the force out. That's the third out. One left for Philadelphia, and we're still knotted at 0. New inning getting started. Here's the speedy catcher, JT Realmuto.
JT Realmuto.
And here it comes. And there's a foul ball. Chris, do you know what JT stands for in JT Realmuto?
Of course, Boog. It's Jacob Tyler.
That misses the zone. Ball 1.
Come on, Marlins! Hey, just you and him. Game yourself.
And that one is lifted in the air. Sanchez ranging after it. Grabs it on the run. 1 away.
The right fielder, number 8, Nick.
Here's Nicholas Castellanos. Went down on strikes his first time through.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low, throwing the ball very well right now.
And that's in there for strike 1. Righty delivers. Struck him out looking. Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. That misses the zone, and that's ball 1.
And I would say that most great defensive outfielders, it's kind of natural. There is some work that you can do to it to improve your game, but ultimately you either have it or you don't.
And he deals. And 1 and 2.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out.
He locked him up, and that'll do it. The inning is over. Phillies down in order, and we are still scoreless. Top of the 6th inning. So digging in now for Philadelphia.
He's not the power guy, but he can hurt you to all parts of the ballpark.
Hey, get ahead.
Cueto
Right
back
here.
to work. And that one just missed off the outside edge. Check swing, went around. And the count 1-1. Right-hander kicks, deals. And it is 2-1.
No outs.
That's through there for a strike.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Bell takes it to the bag. 1 up, 1 down.
I always remember watching Johan Santana pitch, and when he was in his prime, you would see a lot of guys out in front, right-handers pulling that change up in the stands and then fouling the fastball the opposite field up into the stands.
Let's go, Marlins!
Schwarber stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. Oh, and 2 as he waves at that one. Next pitch way upstairs. Got him swinging.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Guys become defensive, and all of a sudden, for the hitter, that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Kicks and fires.
That's outside.
With 2 out and nobody on, you want to go right after this guy. He's the number 2 hitter, which means if he gets on, you've got some thunder coming up behind him.
And a 2-1 on the way. And that's outside.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
Plays at 1 now.
Turner awaiting a 3-1. That's a strike.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. And we still have no score. We go to the top of the 7th, and now for the Phillies, Bryce Harper.
Number 3.
He's a big, strong guy, can untie this game with 1 swing.
Plays it first here.
And the right-hander back to work. Just missed. And that's outside.
Now you get to this part of the order. Yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you, if he will.
And it's even up. Bounce to the right. Arise. Gets it to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, third baseman, Alec Bohm.
Now the third baseman, Alec Bohm. Swing and a base hit. Man at first with 1 gone. Bryson Stott stands in for the Phillies. In there, and it's 0-1. At the belt and fires. Swing and a miss as he was late that time. That's a little bit low.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
One away, tie game. Go ahead run stands at first. And a 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup.
I think he might have gotten away with one right there. That was a very hittable pitch right over the heart of the plate, and I know that batter is kicking himself right now. Would like to get that pitch again. Just pulled the string on it, and the deception gets him the K.
And up to the plate is JT Realmuto. Ground ball up the middle. They get the force. Third out. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one left. Seventh inning stretch time. And we still have no score. We're at the top of the eighth, and digging in for Philadelphia, Nick Castellanos.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with one swing here.
Left field. De La Cruz under it. Puts the squeeze on that one. And there's one away.
Up next for Philadelphia, the left fielder.
Next to hit, Brandon Marsh.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
And there's the strike.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
You got one here.
One down, Phillies down a run. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
And now the center fielder, Johan Rojas. Slice the other way. That's a base hit.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
So the Philly batting order turns over. Now it's going to be Kyle Schwarber. That's in there. 0-1.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
Hey, we got two down now.
Next offering is down low, and it's 1-1.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity, try to get a rollover, something on the ground, stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
The 1-1. And a foul ball. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Rojas off of first with 2 away. Fastball, and he gets out of the way.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2 now. And a base hit on a line. Around second, on his way to third. Rojas headed for the plate. Bell with a relay throw, and he's safe. Tie ball game. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Now the Marlins manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Johnny Cueto will depart, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with a new pitcher after this break. David Robertson will take over here.
Now pitching for the Marlins, number 19, David Robertson. Here now is our final line.